The crash of my late mother's lamp into the other side of the front door makes me jump. If I were 7 seconds slower, it would have crashed against me. This is getting out of hand. Everyone knows that couple. You know, the ones that only seem to fight and fuck. When it's good, it's red hot, but when it's bad, it's psychologically heartbreaking. I've seen it make its rotation through my family and inner circle. I guess now it's my turn to experience it firsthand. It never gets physical, but by luck, not so much intention.
Stephanie,
he'd say as he cupped my face.
We only fight because we're so passionate about each other. I could never love anyone the way I love you. We're gonna be okay.
You know, I used to believe that. The making up used to be enough. But the shit we've started to say to each other are things that can't be erased with time or taken back. The words "I hate you" and "I regret ever meeting you" have become all too commonplace, ripping out of our lungs effortlessly as the love evaporates from our eyes. It feels like Jeremy will always be the love of my life. But I can't live this way anymore. You're such an asshole! My voice is so laden with hatred that it squeaks like a 12-year-old boy's as I scream into the closed door. My tires peel out of our driveway as I race to the gas station. We're out of cigarettes, and I'll be damned if I was going to be stuck with this fuckwad without any smokes. A love song blares through the radio speakers. And all I can see is how sweet his face looks after he kisses me. Images of him laughing and the fire in his eyes as we have sex flash through my brain in Technicolor. I jam the button to change the station. I groan in impatience as the only light between the house and our gas station turns red, forcing my car to come to a sudden stop. The car behind me doesn't hit me, but comes awfully close. "Are you going to buy me dinner before you try to ride my ass?" I remark, aggressively staring in my rearview mirror. My rage fizzles once I see the occupants of the front seat of the vehicle. A couple giggles and coos as the woman in the passenger seat toys with the driver's hair. He settles the back of his head into her hand appreciatively, sending her into fresh fits of flirtatious laughter. I find my heart missing Jeremy in spite of itself. By the time I get to the gas station, I've already received messages, all from him.
I'm so sorry. I'm a fucking asshole. You deserve better.
I deserve a man who can fucking spell.
Please, come home, baby girl. I fucking miss you. I'll fix the lamp, I promise. I get so mad because of all the things you say. You make me feel really low as a man sometimes.
Okay, so are you apologizing to me or blaming me? I reply. I get out of my car and slam the door without checking for a response. The question's rhetorical. His answer doesn't matter to me. We've done this song and dance so many times that I'm on autopilot at this point. Still though, as I exhale the much-needed poison from my lungs on the drive home, I find myself driving just a tiny bit faster. I'll get home, he'll apologize, we will talk, smoke a joint, and fall into the same old cycle. A record to play again the next day, over and over, until one of us dies. By the time I walk through the door, Jeremy is frantically trying to hold the pieces of the lamp into place, unsuccessfully. The hopes of repairing it spill through his fingers like sand. The mournful, helpless look he gives me melts my heart into a puddle of love and desire. Here we go again.
I just hear your voice in my head yelling at me, and it makes me so angry. I can't handle all the extra noise.
He explains. So, just stop it, I say. I never hear any voices in my damn head.
What?
He looks at me incredulously.
So, like, you don't hear the words that you read?
An image of my head exploding like a hammered watermelon rolls through my river of thoughts, sticking to me like a branch on a rock. No, why would I? You read the words and that's that. I'm baffled at this point. His disbelief turns to an intense fascination.
Yeah, but you hear your voice when you talk to yourself, don't you?
This motherfucker right here. No, I snap. Why would I do that? I don't know what my voice sounds like. How can I hear it? If I have a thought to myself, I see the actual word or an image.
Wait here just a minute,
he says dismissively before leaving the room. He returns moments later with his open laptop before typing something onto the screen.
Holy shit, Steph. You don't have an inner voice.
Jeremy chatters excitedly.
Only 20% of the world, or something like that, doesn't have one.
The words, visual block letters, take some time to fully register inside my brain. For the past 33 years, I've thought everyone's mind worked the way mine did.
It explains so much. You don't think before you speak. You always think you'll get away with everything because you have no verbal conscience. And this explains why you get so out of sorts when you're interrupted.
We don't talk about it much more. He can tell it's too heavy of a thing to think about right after a big fight. He's just trying to distract me so I don't focus on how someone else might treat me better. One more thing for me to need him for. One more damaged aspect of myself that I should be thankful someone like him can love. Right before bed, I grab a box of stuffing off the counter, determined to hear the ingredients as I read them. The first thing I see are the words, enriched wheat flour. My eyes close tightly as I attempt to turn off the images in my head. Alright, Steph, I picture myself saying. Hear a voice, any voice. Enriched wheat flour. A bag of wheat drops into the center of my mind against a black wall. No! Push it away. Here, bitch. Pick somebody. Jennifer Tilly, Morgan Freeman, David Alt, Lonnie Anderson, Otis Jiry, Randy Newman, Danielle Hewitt, anyone! Tears spring to my eyes as I repeatedly try and fail. I just can't do it. The next morning, I ask Jeremy to help me organize the papers in our filing cabinet.
Fuck it, just throw them all away,
he says in passing. Every single tax record, receipt, our birth certificates, titles, and important papers that we've compiled over the last 9 years are all in here. I can't just throw them away. An image flashes through my mind of him pissing on my face, and not in one of those kinky fun ways. Right before, large concrete letters drop on his body like a cartoon piano. Then my mind empties. For the first time in my life, a sound resonates through my brain organically. The shrill whistle of a tea kettle reaching its boiling point consumes the inner walls of my mind. My eyes dart to a rusted hammer laying on the floor. A voice I don't recognize, possibly my own, rings in my ears, though no one is speaking. The words it says chill me to the core. He doesn't respect you, you know. You'd be better off if he was dead. What? He's my husband. I would never hurt another human being, much less someone I love. The image of my dirtied body inside of a prison cell that looks like our bedroom is wiped away by a flood of sound. New words. Pick up the hammer, aim for his head, and hit him.